Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video we'll be talking about the Krakatoa eruption of 1883. Please enjoy.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
In the years before the 1883 eruption, seismic activity around the Krakatoa volcano was intense, with earthquakes felt as far away as Australia. Beginning on the 19th of May, 1883, steam venting began to occur regularly from, the northernmost of the island's three cones. Eruptions of ash reached an estimated altitude of 20,000 feet, and explosions could be heard in Jakarta, 99 miles away. By the 25th of August, the Krakatoa eruptions intensified, and by 2 p.m., a black cloud of ash can be seen 16 miles high. At this point, the eruption was almost continuous, and explosions could be heard every 10 minutes or so. Ships within 12 miles of the volcano reported heavy ashfall, with pieces of hot pumice up to 4 inches in diameter landing on their decks. Between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m., a small tsunami hit the shores of Java and Sumatra, 25 miles away. On the 27th of August, 4 enormous explosions occurred, which marked the climax of the eruption. At 5:30 a.m., the first explosion was in, word I can't pronounce, triggering a tsunami heading to this, now known as another Indonesian word I cannot pronounce. At 6:44 a.m., Krakatoa exploded once again in Da Nang, with the resulting tsunami propagating eastward and westward. The third and largest explosion at 10:02 a.m. was so violent that it was heard 1,930 miles away in Perth, Western Australia, and the Indian Ocean island of Rodrigues near Mauritius, 3,000 miles away, where the blast was thought to have been cannon fire from a nearby ship. The third explosion has been reported as the loudest sound ever heard in historic times. The loudness of the blast heard 100 miles from the volcano has calculated to have been 180 decibels. For those of you who don't know if that's high or not, a jet engine at takeoff is recorded at 150 decibels, which will cause your eardrums to rupture. At 180 decibels, death of hearing tissue is caused, and 185 and higher causes death. That means that if you were a whole 100 miles from the explosion, you would have barely lived. Now that's scary. Each explosion was accompanied by tsunamis estimated to have been over 30 meters or 98 feet high in places. A large area of the Sunda Strait and places of the Sumatran coast were affected by pyroclastic flows, which are a fast-moving current of hot gas and volcanic matter from the volcano. The energy released from the explosion has been estimated to be equal to about 200 megatons of TNT, or 840 petajoules, roughly 4 times as powerful as the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful thermonuclear weapon ever detonated. At 10:41 a.m., a landslide tore off half of the Rakata volcano, along with the remainder of the island to the north of Rakata, causing the final explosion. The pressure wave generated by the colossal third explosion radiated out from Krakatoa at 675 miles per hour. The eruption is estimated to have reached 310 decibels, loud enough to be heard 3,100 miles away. Let's take a break from this video, because it's time for a fun fact intermission. It's something new I'm trying, but it's basically a fascinating factoid about the fascinating factoid. Sound confusing? It probably is. Anyway, the explosion has been theorized to be the source of inspiration for Edvard Munch's The Scream. The reddish sky in the background is the artist's memory of the effects of the powerful volcanic eruption of Krakatoa, which deeply tinted sunset skies red in parts of the Western Hemisphere for months during 1883 and 1884, about a decade before Munch painted The Scream. Well, that concludes our fun fact intermission. Make sure to tune into Sunday's video for the next one. It was so powerful that it ruptured the eardrums of sailors on ships in the Sunda Strait, and caused a spike of more than 8.5 kilopascals in pressure gauges 100 miles away, attached to gasometers in the Batavia gasworks, sending them off the scale. The pressure wave was recorded on barographs all around the world. Several barographs recorded the wave 7 times over the course of 5 days, 4 times with the wave traveling away from the volcano to its antipodal point, and 3 times traveling back to the volcano. Hence, the wave rounded the globe 3.5 times. The eruptions diminished rapidly after that point, and by the morning of the 28th of August, Krakatoa was silent. Small eruptions, mostly of mud, continued into October of 1883. By then, less than 30% of the original island remained. The combination of pyroclastic flows, which, again, are a fast-moving current of hot gas and volcanic matter, volcanic ash, and tsunamis associated with the Krakatoa eruptions had disastrous regional consequences. Some land in Banten, approximately 50 miles south, was never repopulated. It reverted to jungle and is now known as the Ujung Kulon National Park. The official death toll recorded by the Dutch authorities was 36,417. In the year following the eruption, the average northern hemisphere temperatures fell by 0.72 degrees Fahrenheit. The record rainfall that hit Southern California from July 1883 to June 1884 include Los Angeles receiving 38 inches of rain and San Diego receiving 26 inches, both of which have been attributed to the Krakatoa eruption. There was no El Niño during this period, as is normal when heavy rain occurs in Southern California, but many scientists doubt that there was even a causal relationship. The eruption injected an unusually large amount of sulfur dioxide gas high into the stratosphere, which was subsequently transported by high-level winds all across the planet. This led to a global increase in sulfuric acid concentration in high-level cirrus clouds. The resulting increase in cloud reflectivity or albedo reflected more incoming light from the sun than usual, and cooled the entire planet until the sulfur fell to the ground as acid precipitation. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is my longest video yet. Bye!